Welcome back to Jamcast. So we had this thing where we recorded this entire saga. We had season 3 coming out. Kevin died, came back to life. We introduced new characters, but Ryan never pressed record.
Yeah.
So we're here now, starting over. This is Patrick. We introduced him halfway through season 3,
he's the reincarnation of Kevin.
Kevin with a slightly higher pitched voice.
So now we're starting from ground one.
Zero?
Yeah.
Ground zero. No, we're above ground zero.
Step one, aka ground zero.
Yeah. Exactly.
Don't contradict our
it's
process.
the show that I've totally seen Reservoir.
That's the second half of the episode.
Without a doubt. I've totally seen it.
So, crap. What's first on the docket? First on the docket
is "Oh Brother, Where Art
Oh
Thou?"
Brother, Where Art Thou? Yeah. So we watched this last night, and what did we think? 'Cause we never really talked about it.
No,
we just kind of like.
You guys want to go to another 3, 2, 1? Say if you liked it or not.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Totally.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also liked it.
Okay.
I mean, 6, man.
I mean, the thing about movies like that, which is like, I realized about a quarter way in that I've totally seen it before.
Oh,
It's
really?
like I've totally seen this. Yeah, it's
You
just
saw that movie?
Yes.
And you slept through the other one? It's just a big room.
No, I totally saw Reservoir Dogs, Patrick.
Oh, of course.
No, I've totally seen it, and I know exactly what happened.
Ryan's gonna give us a scoop and like the in-depth analysis.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I realized that it's just like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of symbolism and metaphor in that movie that I was not smart enough to understand.
Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah,
Because we haven't read the Odyssey.
Yeah.
But I feel like you don't have to, because they did it. They made that movie, so you don't have to read the Odyssey. We live in the 21st century, so we need movies instead of books. Done.
Yeah. Once again, let's just go. I completely agree. But let's just also say spoiler alert for these movies.
Oh, Derf Darts.
Most definitely.
We have a Derf Dart warning on all the episodes.
when was Oh Brother, Where Art Thou made? Like, when was it?
Definitely past the statute of limitations.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, I think spoiler warnings at this point should be a year after.
I don't know. I don't know.
Still dyed George Clooney's hair black, and it would look. Normal.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
looked
know
young
that I
Hold on.
believe in the statute of limitations for spoilers.
I do.
Because I mean, not everyone's seen Independence Day. The second one's coming out, so they're gonna want to do it.
Okay, so right now you're walking down the street, and you make like Luke, I am your father joke, and this person just runs up to you, and they're like, "Oh my God, you spoiled it!"
But they don't know what that's a reference of if they're so like in the cave.
Okay, fine. Maybe you provide a little bit more context.
Like, oh, remember that one scene in Star Wars where Darth Vader's like, "Luke, I am your father."
Because now and then you're like, "Yo, that movie was made like 40 years ago."
Tough one, because everyone knows it already. Maybe because Snape kills Dumbledore. Maybe because everyone knows it, and it's just like a popular spoiler. It's one of those spoilers that just like people. It's fun to just hang out with your bros and spoil. Yeah. Just let that one spoil go.
That's perfect.
Yeah, do you guys want to go spoiling?
Go out late at night and do some sick spoils.
Yeah, man.
What are you kids doing over there? Nothing. Snape kills Dumbledore.
It's the drive-by spoiler. Like, roll down your windows. Take us over long.
That's what I'm wondering. You just go up to somebody like, "Hey man, want to check out the sweet spoiler in my car?" And it just literally just like a spoiler on the top. Snape kills Dumbledore.
Well, I mean, like that was a thing that totally happened when the Harry Potter movies were still coming out. Like there was videos of people going into bookstores and be like, "Snape kills Dumbledore!" and then people getting fucking pissed.
Yeah.
Just livid.
That's like the Coning equivalent of ruining movies. Yeah, you go into
I miss Coning.
I know, it was an interesting fad. You remember Coning?
No.
So you go to McDonald's, you'd order an ice cream.
Oh,
and you just grab the ice cream off the cone and just walk away.
Oh, I thought it was like when you grab the cone, like the ice cream itself, buy the ice cream. Like you still take the cone.
Yeah, no, you take the ice
cream. You just do it ice cream first.
No, you just take the ice cream.
I never thought the cone would come with it.
Oh, I guess because they have a vice grip on it.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. Like, every time I go, like, buy groceries, I always think about those galloning videos where they're like...
Which one?
It's like they take, like, 2 4-gallon or, like, gallon of milks and just go like, "Oh, fuck," and then it's just...
Yeah.
Like, you remember that?
I've never, ever seen that.
Yeah.
Great.
What's it called?
I don't know. I don't remember. I think it might be called galloning or...
Galloning.
Milk jug... Sports
Jugging?
Jugging.
Jeggings?
Yes.
Juggings? Jugular? So, oh brother, we're out now.
Right? I have nothing to say. Yeah.
What, was that
Yeah,
your
you
thing?
just want to say yeah?
Pretty much, going off what you said like 10 minutes ago, you said that you don't need to see or to have read The Odyssey by Homer because they do such a good job making this movie that is based off of The Odyssey. But my question is like, do you have to balance that with like the reward you get watching the movie, knowing where everything kind of syncs up with The Odyssey?
Yeah.
Because when Ryan was able to go, oh, this scene, that's the scene.
Oh, he
where
gets the
they bump into
Cyclops.
Ryan.
Die!
The only 2 scenes I got was like, oh, the sirens, and then they literally called them sirens like 5 minutes later.
Yeah, those are the easy ones.
And then the
Those are,
Cyclops, I was like,
level one.
it's like that dude is when I.
Those were the ground
That
one.
that one was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So like, I just wonder how much we lost.
Well,
of the
I lost
experience.
a lot. I know I lost a
having
lot.
met-
I just feel like it wasn't. What the fuck happened? Okay, sorry, I had the stopwatch went just communist on me. It just feels like it wasn't a pompous movie, right? It didn't feel the need to be like, oh well, if you had read Homer, you would have understood these eclectic references, right? Because it was just a silly movie
That's very
with
true.
a bunch of Southern folk trudging their way through the South.
I guess we could backwards it and go and read the Odyssey now and be like, oh.
I'd be like, oh my god, that's totally George Clooney's character.
I feel like that's totally not in our style though to be like review the Odyssey.
Yeah. Hey, season
we're
5,
way.
round 4.
Yeah. We'd have to bring back Kevin from. Oh wait, Patrick, you are the reincarnation.
So it's like Kevin's contract was up halfway through season 3, and we're like, okay, well, we can't do the show without Kevin, so we just pulled like a Hannibal thing, and we just replaced Jodie Foster with Patrick Hamilton, and just called it the same character.
Yeah. I could be Jodie Foster.
You could be Jodie Foster.
Yeah, and I could be Kevin.
Damn.
Because you are Kevin.
That's some like
Kevin.
That's some like supernatural shit. Having like 2 souls. I am Kevin and Jodie Foster.
That's a good way to go about it. Like, I mean, I feel like Supernatural had like the best approach to demons, because they're like, oh, these are just the human bodies that we're using.
I've been watching season 1 again, and it's so funny because it's like they actually put effort into the CGI, and it's like about 3/4 of the way through season 1, or maybe like into season 2, they're like, no, let's just
Fuck it.
fuck
I think
that.
they just ran out of money and they just never got it back.
The angels fly off screen.
Yeah, yeah, it's pan away flapping noises.
Like, what's gonna be better? Like, crappy, like, 2004 CGI, or, like, your imagination?
Well, I mean, they did go off imagination power until like season 7, where they literally went into Robert Kripke's backyard ravine to film
Yeah.
all the special effects.
Yeah. Oh god.
Anyways, well, it's like Arrow. Every single fight scene in that TV show takes place in the same
Where abandoned warehouse.
Oh my
abandoned
God.
warehouse with greenish tinted light.
Daredevil.
Well, because it's the Green Arrow. I don't know if you've
I don't know
noticed,
if you noticed.
but it's a play on the fact that he's the Green Arrow.
I did figure that out, but like, it's so far in there.
So great, so great.
I noticed that Daredevil totally does that too, where it's like every fight scene takes place in a boiler room.
Because that's where crime happens.
Nobody ever wants to be in a boiler room.
Steam and crime go hand in hand.
Nobody's gonna there's no way fight scene is gonna take place in the Disney store, man. It's always boiler
How
room.
sweet would that be?
That would be horrendous for the children.
Oh yeah.
Like, did you ever see? Oh crap! Which Jackass was it? I think it was like Jackass 1 or 2. But like, Johnny Knoxville starts boxing with this like heavyweight champion
Butterbean?
boxer. Butterbean.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember? And then
Yeah.
in a convenience store, and they fuck up that convenience store.
Yeah. Oh god.
So we were talking about this yesterday, how nothing really happens in Oh Brother. I mean, everything's kind of like
It's very linear.
consequential.
It just-
See, we disagree on this a little bit. 'Cause
What?
I feel like you guys are under the stance that nothing happens.
Well,
I'm
a
under
lot.
the stance that
well,
most of the Coen brother movies I've seen, like Fargo.
Well, yeah, that's what we were getting at, because
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Coen Brothers have a thing of just being like, you know what, linear plot lines can go suck an egg.
Mm-hmm. And they get to the end, and you look back and you're like, nothing happened. I say this is a different one where stuff does happen.
Well, yeah.
I thought they were all going to die at the end. I thought there was or go back to jail. Because I thought that was the only way that they could turn this into a Coen brother classic. I don't know what happened. But I know you guys disagree that like everything was inconsequential, but I think if you look at
it's
most
not-
of their movies, this is like the most things actually matter.
Yeah, it wasn't inconsequential, like, because then you just that wouldn't be a movie. But it was like more. It was more closely related to The Big Lebowski, where like you're just focusing on whoever the main people are, and the world happens to go on around. Like the story is actually happening around these characters, right? So it's like the story of like the elections and these people cutting records and like making their music careers, just happening around
and
these guys.
Happens just like to fall into place.
Yeah, they just
and
happen.
You kind of know it's going to, because they do that movie thing where they kind of give you like the foreshadowing, but just very in your face foreshadowing that everything's going to work out.
Yeah.
Courtesy of a blind dude on a really, really slow moving car.
I just kind of wanted to be like, I'll take over.
Yeah.
All these three strapping dudes come and they run up to the little train thing, and there's this old man pushing this heavy metal lever to get the train car to move, and they're like, "Oh, can we join you?" And they just sit there.
And they
just sit.
It's a pride thing, Patrick. When a handy-capable person falls down, you don't help them up.
Okay.
I mean, you offer to, but then you get shooed away because they tell you it's a pride thing.
Okay.
That has never once been an issue for me.
Also, you just always helped all the handicapped people.
I have never been in a situation.
Ryan, you've never helped the handicapped. No, it's official. Ryan's never helped the handicapped.
There's no win here. I was gonna say that. At the start, I was just gonna say that "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" is basically like George Clooney can't finish a sentence. He always gets interrupted.
Yeah. Well, but they did it in a way that was like very, like it made sense. Bernardo, I don't know if the podcast viewers know, is an actor, and he did a performance of Lord of the Flies, where I swear his character got cut off every single sentence in the most aggressive way.
Who are you, Ralph?
Yeah, I was Ralph, and we played this drinking game backstage. Well, I mean, we didn't actually drink backstage, but like we like had these rules set up where like we go through the script, and every time I start a line that I get cut off with, or like whenever I need to say something important and people just go like, "Oh, we're gonna do something else that's fun," we take a drink, and that's basically the concept of it. That I just never finished.
Sentence. But when George Clooney gets interrupted, you're like, I can accept that.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right, George Clooney, but there are two other dudes.
There are. They're mostly comedic relief.
Yeah, comedic relief and comedic relief too.
Yes. Okay, so the first guy was the horribly racially offensive guy in
what were the names again?
the Zohan.
Zohan?
Did you ever see Don't Mess with the Zohan?
A long time
That's
ago.
like an Adam Sandler, right?
Yeah, sadly.
I've never seen it.
Well, either way, like the other two guys have done very like niche things, very like things.
I see. Like I recognize the one guy. What was it? Like his name was Dahmer or something?
Yeah, the shorter one.
Yeah. Like I recognized him. I just had no idea where he was from.
I think he played Holes.
Holes.
He was in Holes. Didn't he play sheriff in Holes?
Oh yeah,
He
might have.
Pretty sure he did. I remember that he did the same role.
Are you
He
pulling
just
it up
does
on
the same-
IMDb?
Oh, I got you. Yeah, he was Dr. Difficult to pronounce word name. Just call him Dr. P.
Dr. P?
In Holes?
In Holes. But he was also in some more substantial movies like Lincoln.
I still haven't seen that.
Shit.
My experience with watching Lincoln was just very difficult because it was the day after I got my wisdom teeth out, and I was a little stir crazy, just been like sitting around the house all day, and my parents were like, "Oh, we're going to see Lincoln." My teeth are just killing me. I guess the lack of my teeth.
But you don't want to be a bummer.
I don't want to be a bummer. And so I'm like, well, I can't just like whine and complain. So I just took all of the painkillers that they had given me pretty much for my teeth. And my parents gave me the tickets to go to, or gave me the money to go buy the tickets. And that was just the most excruciating extravaganza adventure I've been on. Time stopped. I was very confused. I finally got to the theater, actually the theater we're watching the movie, and my chair was broken. So I spent like the first hour of that, 2 and a half hour of the movie, just squeaking my chair back and forth, aggravating every single person in that theater.
But you didn't complain.
No, I didn't complain. But then an hour in, I turned to my brother in this dense, complicated film, and I'm like, It would happen. Coming in quickly without any sort of taking anybody.
How swollen were you when you got your wisdom teeth
More
out?
swollen than I've ever been working out.
Just mad swole. Mad.
I chip my mouth pretty hard.
I chip because I didn't leave the house for like 2 days.
You had like the bandages that went around your face.
Yeah.
You looked like a 1920s.
I looked like I was straight out of Little Rascals.
Nobody does that anymore. I guarantee.
But it was like
your doctor was just like, this looks.
I got taken care of.
Dude, I totally had that too.
Ah, see, we got taken care of.
1920s doctor.
Yeah.
Your doctor ends every sentence with, "Yes, sir, here."
Yeah.
So yeah. Cured with maggots and bloodletting.
Well, leeches should be the problem.
Well, you have a significant lack of leeches. That is a problem right there. I recommend 2 cigarettes a day and a burger for every meal.
Yeah. Filled with leeches.
How? Huh? For oh brother, where art thou? What was like the sentiment around black people around that time?
What time was that set in, like, early 1900s?
I love when movies don't tell you
I hate it when they do.
Yeah.
And like blatantly, it's like, bruh, in your face.
Like, if you have read the book, The Color Purple, great book. It's about, the South and, like, African American woman overcoming, like, struggles. But they never tell you the time period and stuff like that. And then Steven Spielberg, I think, made a movie of it, and he just like right at the very beginning just goes like, "Papa, 1909 or something," and it's really frustrating because it takes away from like the whole like timeless. Like,
you know what I saw the other day? I was watching Better Call Saul, and this episode starts with like a flashback to simpler times. I think it was the 80s. So it's like the main guy Saul was in prison, and his brother had to come because his brother was his lawyer, had to come like get him out of there. And you didn't know it was a flashback until like he was checking in his stuff. Like the lawyer was checking in his stuff for his like personal belongings, and he checks in this like massive fucking like first cell phone that's like a brick.
Yeah.
And like they don't tell you it's like, oh, it's in the 80s, but like all he does is like check in this like antique shit, and you're like, that's smart.
And that's so smart.
I like that. That's smart. Thank you for that.
If you guys have seen the Cornetto trilogy, Edgar Wright. So the Cornetto trilogy is Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, and The End of the World, or End of the Earth.
Ends of the that one.
Yeah, that one. With the beer. Yeah. He is probably one of the best writers and directors for showing you, not telling you stuff. And you can watch some comparisons for how directors do movies to show you things instead of telling them. And he's just fantastic at it. If you watch like Shaun of the Dead, there's a zombie apocalypse, and you can watch like what's that Brad Pitt movie? The World War Z. That's a zombie movie, kind of recent, and it's literally just like they turn on the TV and there's just like
everything's going to shit. Oh, but isn't in Shaun of the Dead like when they start it? Isn't it just like him flipping channels?
And it's like it like flips one channel and then it's a news anchor like theirs, and then he flips it into like MTV and it's like panic in the streets, and like it's just done so well that it just like shows you. Or like if you watch, there's one movie with Will Ferrell, and it's like he doesn't want to drink or someone doesn't want to drink, and everyone's at a table being like, oh, you're not drinking, this is silly. And then you go to Edgar Wright's whatever, The End of the World, and it's like the camera is at the
beer part.
Yeah, and then it's just like drinking, like filling up the beer, and then it just goes like one glass of water, like in like under a tap, just slowly filling up, and then just like someone's glass coming down, he's just frowning, and like it's just done so well to not actually tell you anything.
I haven't seen that movie. That sounds awesome.
It's a good. Yeah. You know what I also noticed, that we're kind of starting to follow this pattern where we end up watching movies that are written and directed by the same people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because we did it in
Tarantino.
We did it in this session too, just without even knowing it.
Who else?
What other podcast session did you guys do where that happened?
Well, there was like a whole like Christmas special in season 2 that we did. Fuck, Ryan.
Yeah.
Hit record, man.
We did Birdman.
Who
Birdman and Whiplash.
Was it Michael Keaton who wrote Birdman?
Don't you dare say that on top of the microphone.
Sorry.
That'll be
I'm sorry.
some backlash.
I
Not at all.
I need to fact check these things beforehand.
It was the
director. He
Revenant.
yeah.
Because like I thought it was like Michael Keaton's story basically. Like he
Well, I mean, he was very rightly cast. Is that a word? Rightly? He was very well cast because it's like follows his career kind of closely.
That's the thing. Like I thought maybe he collaborated. Like I don't know what the right. I need to look into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still haven't seen that movie. Need to watch it.
Birdman?
Whiplash, however. Yeah, I haven't seen Birdman.
Birdman?
Whiplash is one of my favorite movies.
I'd recommend it.
Yeah.
But
all right.
Reservoir Dogs.
I was gonna say, are you ready?
We're ready.
Reservoir Dogs.
Okay.
Ryan,
3.
give us,
I've seen it. I saw it.
Give us an in-depth.
Okay, I want to count down for 3 again, man. 3, 2, 1.
Unbelievable.
It
I'm blind. Contact is blind.
Yeah, no. Take us through the motions, right?
Yeah.
So basically, it's about the rainbow spectrum doing a bake job.
Yeah.
Some dude gets in the trunk.
You're nailing it. So
Yeah,
far, so good.
that's
So, one dude's like, I'm going in the
In the trunk.
And then they end up in a warehouse, and they're in the warehouse for basically the whole movie.
Yes.
You're doing great so far.
And and then the guy gets his ear cut off, and it's like, hey, the guy, no more ears.
And it was, oh my god.
it was, oh my god, am I right? And then and then,
no more ears. Everyone come in for a second. No more ears.
No more ears for anybody.
As of tomorrow, when you come into the warehouse after the trunk, there's no more ears.
Then there's a dude he's dead, but he comes back and he's a cop.
Yeah, they did the Saw plot twist.
Yeah.
Saw 1, it was the dead guy all along.
I haven't seen Saw.
God, oops.
Whatever.
Oops.
Statute of limitations.
I had no.
We're
I had no. I didn't want to watch Saw.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
You nailed it, though.
Well, and then
it was mostly about a story about overcoming a restriction on ears.
So
and
true.
Yeah.
how far in the trunk we will go.
it's a metaphor because they are not listening to the law.
Don't listen. You don't listen. So it's basically like Footloose, but with ears.
Yeah. And then I totally saw the movie. So
You totally did.
I really want to start a spin-off series podcast that's just Ryan falls asleep watching movies, then creates them, and then we get to like see how they play out.
You are the person who most likely to fall asleep in any movie.
Hey man,
If you watch a movie at 2 p.m.
Let me diffuse the blame one time. I have a problem.
Yeah, we have the definition of to Patrick, which is to fall asleep during a movie.
fall asleep.
And then so we're watching Reservoir Dogs, and I look over at Ryan, and I was just like, yes.
I'm not the first.
And then Bernardo watches movies with his eyelids like 99% shut. It's really
It's
funny.
like how you do a staring contest. If you start a staring contest with your eyes
Wide.
wide open, catching all that breeze, getting mad dehydrated in your lids, that's just a recipe for not winning.
Yeah, and it works for him. But like, there's 10 minutes where I was like, I'm the only one awake.
I was awake 100% of Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
There was a point where, and this is what I love, because like whenever you're watching a movie with people, you're always in a horizontal setting, if you know what I mean. You're always like side by sides, and it's always awkward to like look over and be like,
Yeah.
babe, you sleeping?
You sleeping?
But it's like
I
like I was using some like weird Sherlock hearing powers to be like, could I hear his breathing pattern? It just looks like it just sounds like he's relaxed. And then Ryan lets out this like, yeah, no, he's asleep.
You Sherlocked it. I just broke down that door, just put my face right up against his.
Huh? Babe, you sleeping?
I was not making it a secret.
It's a very intense movie, so like.
I'm surprised you managed to fall asleep through like, what the fuck do I do?
I woke up a couple times and I was like, this is very loud.
Yeah, it's a
like,
loud movie.
Because like, oh brother, we're at that. Lots of times you can fall asleep. But
Yeah.
Reservoir Dogs, it's literally an hour and 45 minutes of Steve Buscemi just screaming. Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes racist things.
Yeah.
It's not even Steve Buscemi. Like, early Quentin Tarantino gets very racy.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he gets very... Yeah. I'm
Well, like...
glad he wrote in the time that he did, because He gets away with a lot of N-bombs where they shouldn't
Well, I
be.
mean, Django as well.
I mean, Django is supposed
Yeah,
to be. 'Cause
that's-
it's like historically where
Where
like it makes sense.
But like
right?
Reservoir, that whole Steve Buscemi rant where just the N word is just dropped. It's not relevant for the story.
No, but
at all.
it's a character thing. Whatever.
Whatever.
It's not a big deal.
But-
Yeah, I guess. Oh, brother, we're out. That was a good place to fall asleep because there's nice music.
Yeah.
There's nice music
Yeah.
Yeah.
all over that.
That was just fantastic. And watching a Tarantino movie is a lot like watching a Marvel movie. Only in the
Go
sense.
on.
Oh yeah, I will fill you in right now. Only in the sense that, like, 5% of your brain capacity the entire time is like, where's the cameo? Where is this?
Holy fuck! Where is he?
Tarantino going up? Where is Stan?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Tarantino was right at the start.
And at the end, you would
Oh, well, all right.
Right, but he knew. He
I
was
knew,
the
I mean-
guy that outlawed the ears.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he's like, he came in, he's like, there will be no more ears in today's society.
That's true.
And they followed.
I mean, he wrote it, so technically he did outlaw that year.
He did outlaw the ear.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It was just a singular ear that was outlawed. That
I mean,
specific
it
ear?
was the ear heard round the world. It was the one that started them all.
Yeah, the
Right.
ear that was heard in ears throughout the world.
Yeah, we'll workshop it.
We'll
We'll work on it,
there.
yeah.
it's there.
It's there.
That's marketing's issue.
That's a marketing issue.
Yeah.
We have a whole staff now. We have like 60 interns.
Oh man, the
Yeah.
other day I walked into Bertha from accounting,
Oh.
his office.
Uh-huh.
Does she shower? Does she own a mirror?
Sure.
Man, he never goes down to account.
Yeah,
he is way up on
Oh
the
right,
I'm-
the fat
I'm-
cat over here.
Yeah, I'm in the
all
executive
time.
office.
He's not a man of the people. He should go around and
Yeah.
peruse.
He's got peons for that.
I just got my executive Xbox and it's fucking great.
360.
Yeah. No. What?
the original.
Yeah, Penthouse 360 with 360 view of the skyline of the city. Yeah, we pretty much turned into the Legion of Doom. Like, it's our underwater tower at the 360 penthouse in the
In the swamp.
ocean.
In the ocean.
In the under the ocean.
Delightful.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you're like down in accounting, be like, you smell bad.
I'm trudging, man. I'm trudging.
Yeah, someone's got
Trudging.
Yeah, how's your trench foot going, by the way?
My trench foot?
Oh god.
Dude, that's season 2.
That's season two.
Kevin,
Season-
come on, man. That was
That's-
season 2.
I'm good.
Remember the one time?
That's
Okay,
season
so there
one.
was for the season. For those of you who didn't get the grace of Ryan pressing record, for the season 2 finale, we had this thing where we did like a Grey's Anatomy callback. Where like, oh my God, is Bernard gonna make it out of the hospital? We don't know. It could be like a Bob Marley thing where he's like gangrene from trench foot, death. But season 3 opener, it all works out.
It all works out.
It all works out into a great.
Yeah, Patrick actually dies curing your trench foot. Or, I'm sorry, Kevin dies.
Kevin dies.
And then Patrick
giving
comes back.
giving me his foot transplant. My left foot is bigger than my right one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because it's infused with Kevin's soul,
yeah.
which is also in Patrick, which is also Jodie Foster.
Oh my
Jodie
god,
Foster.
the layers.
It's like an onion.
I'm kind of glad you didn't
What
hit
other
record,
things have
'cause-
layers?
What?
What other things have layers?
Cake. Layer cake.
Inception.
Okay, Inception, layers, passive aggressive girlfriends.
Oh,
What?
layers.
Layers.
Explain.
I don't know. They're just layers.
Like many coats?
there's just like
Oh, yeah.
it's just like the surface.
A very smart outdoorsy man.
Oh,
layers.
okay.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was smart outdoorsy man.
Yeah.
What else has layers?
Most things have layers when it gets down to it. Welcome to the world's most interesting podcast.
What things have layers? Remember the time we were talking about Reservoir Dogs?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
has layers, Patrick.
Is a book just technically layers of information?
That's what layers.
Is a
of
stack of
Yeah.
papers layers of information?
Well, yeah, one paper is a layer, one thing, like one material under another material? Or is it, because if an onion has layers, then a book must have layers as well.
We should just go around and see how many layers we can just make. There's so many layers in nature. Nature has so many layers.
Yeah. Caves.
Layers.
Snow caves.
Legion of Doom.
Yeah. Layers.
It took me way too long to get that. I was like, oh god, I've lost them.
Layers is going.
They're off.
Yeah. You guys should talk about that movie that I totally saw.
Reservoir Dogs?
Yeah, that.
Oh man, to me, the Reservoir Dogs, and I think, and like a lot of, at least Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction, it reads a lot like a play to me. So I'm surprised. Oh, not reads it like it like unfolds a lot like a play to me, and I'm surprised, or maybe there is out there, that none of these things have been adapted into stage.
That's very true.
You know, I was gonna say, like, of the scenes I did saw, like,
all of them.
Scenes I did see, yeah,
All of them.
where they're like in the warehouse, and it was like it's very extended. Like they must have spent what, like 15 minutes just talking in that warehouse before it switched scenes.
Yeah.
Like it felt like a play.
Yeah,
It's very long single takes with a static camera. Like,
Yeah.
And so, like, for example, there's this one scene where they're in the bathroom and they're like washing the blood off their hands, and Mr. White like leaves and comes back like 4 times. Camera doesn't follow him, doesn't jump back and forth between the rooms to get multiple takes. It just sits there and you just hear them talk. And sometimes there's nobody in the room, but you just hear them talk.
It's like I heard this interview ages ago, one way or another, from Tarantino, who, when someone asked him like, how do you get your characters, how do you get like the dialogue out of your characters? And he's like, well, you basically have to put them in a scenario where they can't leave the room, right? So if you notice, like a lot of the conversations are like in an office, or they're about to have a meeting, cafe, they come to like meet up in a bathroom where they have to clean off the blood on their hands. That's pretty cool, because that's like that's something that movies don't have nowadays. Is like
A reason why they're there.
a reason why they're there, and it's like movies, especially with like realistic movies, are about people. Right, and that's the thing that makes it feel like theater, because it's just about people. It's not about like special effects or anything.
Yeah, it kind of made me think like, do you ever see that thing? I think it was like some story where like Ian McKellen like broke down crying on the scene in The Hobbit, because it was like literally just him in a room and a bunch of green screens. He's like, this isn't why I got into acting.
Yeah,
wasn't that was Ian McKellen, or was that Christopher Lee?
I think it was Ian McKellen. But I don't know whether I read somewhere that it was less that it was like the green screens, and more that there was just like there was no other actors.
It was
in
like
the room.
just him.
It was just him.
Yeah, and like it's funny that you mentioned the Hobbit, because like Christopher Lee, like at the end of his life, while he was filming The Hobbit, he was like in no condition to like travel or like meet up with people, so like they had to do a bunch of his takes in green screen rooms, so he could just be like, I'm gonna...
Christopher Lee in The Hobbit? I thought he was Sauron. Or Saruman.
Saruman. He's in the second one.
He's a good Saruman. He's not dickish Saruman.
Yeah.
He's Saruman the not a dick yet.
I don't remember that at all.
Yes, you
did. In the second one.
Because you've seen it.
I have. No, I genuinely have. I haven't seen the third one.
He's in all of them.
I've seen all of them.
He's in all 3.
Is he in the first one?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. They go to Rivendell, and they're like... And Saruman's like, hey, there's this dude, Sauron, coming, and things are gonna get bad. And you're like, I know.
Baby, I know.
Baby, I know.
Baby, I know.
I'd be okay to marathon that and then marathon Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, because I haven't... I mean, I was in the theater for The Hobbit, but I did not pay attention to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like, I could watch it again and still be surprised.
It felt
I
very
don't remember.
fast. That's all I remember.
I watched The Hobbit, the first one, in theaters, like... I saw it the opening day it came out, which was great, because there was just like, you're in the bathroom, there's just like people dressed up like dwarves and like wizards, and I'm like drying my hands, and this dude's like, yo, hold my hammer, I'll hold my staff, I gotta take a piss. And I'm first of all, like, why do you have a hammer and a staff?
That sounds like a pickup line, hold my hammer and hold my staff.
Yeah. Is that what you overheard? And you're like, oh, that's innocent.
That's innocent. And then the second Hobbit, which is my favorite one, that one.
Yeah.
I saw that in theaters 4 times. Just because people kept on being like, hey, want to go see The Hobbit? It's just the thing to do. So the last time I saw it, I literally just curled up in a ball and slept in my chair.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Thing to do.
You know, the last movie that happened to me, that like when people were just like, hey, let's go see this movie, was Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Oh, that was like way back.
That was way back.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, it just so happened to be like everyone, like my mom and then my dad wanted to go see it, and like some friends wanted to go see it. So I ended up seeing Rise of the Silver Surfer 3 times. 4 4
be
times.
fair, I kind of like that
awful.
movie. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
was gonna say that's an awful.
No, I'm
movie
going for it.
3 times.
It's really cheesy, but I like it. It's really cheesy.
That's
like-
nice, baby, baby.
Yeah.
We need to do the new Fantastic Four
Fan Four Stick.
Yeah.
as a
Fantastic.
podcast.
Yeah.
Because I've heard that movie is just,
Atrocious.
but in such an amazingly great way.
It's like, okay, so it's like all the characters are supposed to be like these world-renowned scientists. At least like the Reeds, and I guess like Reed and Storm, whatever. They're supposed to be these like big astronauts and like big scientists, and you cast Miles Teller and Girl Who's Not Good as the main actors, and it's like they're too young to play these
Richard.
super intelligent people. That was my beef with it.
There's also just
Yeah.
like lots of there's just not enough fight scenes in the movie. They push things towards the end. My favorite thing about that movie by far is the director of the movie, because at the end of it, and like Miles Teller is known as being like extremely sarcastic. He gets an email from the director. The director sends an email to everyone after the movie gets trashed by the critics.
Huh?
And he said, the director's like, yeah, like, I just thought I wanted to let you guys know that, like, even with all what all the critics said, I still think we made one of the best superhero movies of the year. And then Miles Teller just replies to him, just like, no, we didn't.
No, it didn't.
Very
Sad
blunt.
Sad flag.
Hmm?
Sad flag.
Sad flag, yeah.
Sad flag.
We should do Fan Four Stick and Batman v Superman
God.
in the same
Yes.
episode. 'Cause I feel-
Fine.
except we need to bring back Kevin from the dead because I feel like he'd have really good opinions
He
on
would.
it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll just divide my soul in half and get the voice Kevin out of here.
Yeah.
I wish we could bring back the memory of Kevin's dead body for something better than those two. But for the
Okay.
sake of entertainment,
If you want, we could do Fan Four Stick and Batman Forever.
shut the fuck up right now. Wait, Batman. Oh, I was thinking of Superman. The
Oh.
first Superman.
No.
I don't know why you said Batman Forever, and I immediately thought of Man of Steel. I was like, you shut your fucking
I
mouth.
don't like Man of Steel.
I like that movie
Yeah.
too.
Anything with a Hans Zimmer soundtrack, I will love that movie. It could literally be a documentary about like one fern tree, not ferns, just that fern tree. Put some Hans Zimmer score in there. I will be glued to the screen. And also, I take it back. Not Batman Forever. Batman and Robin. Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
That's fine.
the-
That's
George
worth a laugh.
Clooney Batman.
and
that's
freaking
fine.
Danny
You know
DeVito
who-
Penguin. Is that
No,
that one?
that was Michael Keaton, dude.
I'm looking at the thing.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh shit.
that was Michael Keaton. Batman.
This is the one where
Poison
Are you talking Batman Forever or Batman?
Batman and Robin.
Batman is the one
which
with
but
yeah, it's the one with Poison Ivy and Bane, right?
It's also the one where George Clooney pulls out the Bat card. It's an American Express card with the Batman symbol on it.
What?
And he charges things to it. That's right.
Wasn't that movie created solely to sell toys?
I mean,
think
it
so.
makes sense. It makes
Yeah.
a lot of sense.
It's like the one movie that George Clooney regrets. I mean, and how? But who?
And
did,
how?
Did he play Batman in Batman Forever as well, or no?
No, it was Val Kilmer.
Oh, Val Kilmer. That's it.
I did not mind Val Kilmer as that Batman. Granted, not the best script, so I mean he didn't have a lot to work with.
I don't think I've actually finished that. I don't think I've ever finished start to finish like we'll sit down watch of Batman Forever. I'm like
I think it's easy to do because it's fun and it goes by in like an hour and a
I
half.
love Jim Carrey though, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Is it the Jim Carrey Riddler?
Yeah.
Oh.
More of that, please.
4 more years.
4 more beers of Jim
More
Carrey.
beers.
I would love that. Yeah.
All right. Any last words? Any closing words to sign off on?
Oh, I just kind of wanted to go back because I was thinking like those movies that you've like just so happened to see in the theater so many times just because people keep asking you.
Let's do it.
Movies like that for me. Cloverfield, I went and saw like 4 or 5 times.
Wasn't T.J. Miller in that one?
He was the cameraman.
Keep going.
Who is T.J. Miller?
Oh,
He's an excellent comedian.
That's it. Okay,
Yeah.
you told me about this already.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
great.
keep
I'll show you
going.
him after. And then there's another one that I was thinking of, but totally just lost it. And Guardians of the Galaxy. I saw Guardians like 4 or 5 times too.
Great movie though.
Great movie. I do not regret any of those times I've spent. Do not regret the 13 hours in total that I've seen.
13
Guardians of the
hours.
Galaxy.
13 hours in
Just
total that
walking
you
around
spend with Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a magical time.
I mean, I would spend 13 hours with Chris Pratt.
Oh, and Evil Dead, the new Evil Dead I saw a couple times.
That's hardcore.
That movie was sick. I
Yeah.
love that movie. Yeah. Have you seen it, Patrick?
No.
Dude, it's so good.
I love horror movies.
Very well
I just
done.
don't have enough people in my life that enjoy them.
Yeah.
Most people who I hang out with are just not horror flick people.
Yeah,
It's a problem
because most of them are terrible.
You love them or you hate them, and that's the thing is like they're either people who just don't like being scared, so they like shy away from it, or they're people who just like love good movies. So whenever we sit down to watch a movie,
They just
it's
get
tough to be like, let's watch
butthurt.
The Mist.
You shut your
The
goddamn.
Mist.
Do you not like The Mist?
It was alright.
It was not great, but
It was
it was over the top, and I kind of love it.
That's why I love it, man. It's just so
Yeah,
over the
I
top.
love the campiness of crappy horror movies, and I also love because I like jump scares almost equally as much as I like actual well done scares.
Yeah.
So it's
Have you seen the new Evil Dead?
Yeah.
Because it is so over the top, and I love it.
But it's just so it was just so well done. It was so well done.
when
It was
did,
just
when did it come out?
2013.
yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But it's at the end of the first time I walked out, I was like, because that was like before I started getting into horror movies a lot. I walked out, I was like, that's not as much gore as I thought it was gonna be. And my friend was like, it was literally raining blood in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
was
is
like-
just like I like horror movies. I think we talked about this when we were doing the Babadook. That's just like balls to the wall. Like they know what they are. Let's go full out like Cabin in the Woods too.
But one of my-
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my Cabin in the Woods is delightful. I just love movies, like you said, that are confident in what they do.
Yeah.
Like horror movie style. But one movie I like, the franchise has gone just like 90 degrees straight downhill.
Saw?
No,
Final Destination.
no.
Then
Yeah.
Yeah, Paranormal Activity.
Oh,
I
yeah.
went to go see Paranormal Activity with Bernardo.
The marked ones or the first
The
one?
very, very first
Okay.
one, when it came out on Halloween, like 5 years ago.
yeah.
Loved it.
Loved it. It was great. It was
Atmosphere.
original. It was cool, and it was like the right mixture of like gets under your skin and like ooh jump scares. It was well done jump scares. It wasn't just like the Hollywood studio jerky. I'm doing a jerking motion.
Just
I'm air jerking. Air jerking the movie
for
studio,
anyone
right?
who's curious. Is he hair jerking? I can't
Is it?
tell.
Just one hand. Just one hand.
Just only one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, like some movie franchises just go oversaturated. It goes downhill. But I love scary movies.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
We could not fit all the movies that we talked about today into the
Ah,
time.
blah 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 blah. That's legit. That's for marketing to figure out.
That's
Yeah.
it.
All right, Ryan. Any closing words you want to give
Nope. Is that all she wrote?
from Reservoir Dogs?
Give me my ear back.
Next time on
So
Jamcast.
I could talk in your ear out.
Oh! Next time on Jamcast.